Guys, I think we did it. I think that we have hit the jackpot spot, and I know I say that every time we're here at a beautiful location, but let me just go ahead and show you the view before we begin. The message today is about the relationship in which you've cultivated with yourself. I'm hearing thus shifting, and I'm actually hearing transitioning and evolving the perspective that you've gained about yourself as well as your position on this planet. Your intention is something that completely anchors the action that you take on a day-to-day basis, that supports and nourishes the soul's journey. Let me go ahead and show you where we're at. I'm so excited, I can't contain it. Right, look. So today we're at Palenque. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys, and this is what we're working with. I want you to just be immersed in this experience, for you to feel the energy before we take place. I mean, before this session takes place. So, the message we have today is about becoming your own best friend, and that's a really powerful thing to sit with, especially as you enter this new year. I'm hearing this new stage. It's really about the way that you're treating yourself as a best friend, and what would that look like. For example, would you give yourself space when you need it? Would you rest when you're tired? Would you be able to provide compassion for yourself when you're processing something difficult? Because there's a lot that you've learned to sit through. There is this light within you, this eternal light that's been forever guiding your path, and because you've learned to become your beacon of light in your darkest hour, I'm hearing you're also passing the baton forward. And if you think about a baton being passed forward, I'm seeing this as light or heat that you're passing onto your surroundings. It could be an inspiration, which you are, just the strength and courage that you've been able to embody during your dark night of the soul leads to people seeing you as someone that's lucky, but the work that you've done behind the scenes is actually, I'm hearing, showing in the public eye. It's showing in your embodiment. Your success is greatly because of whom it is that you've become, and I'm hearing success coming towards you in the material physical realm. And this is about the relationship that you have with yourself, ultimately shaping the relationship that you also have with the world, because you're not separate from reality. You're literally a fractal of the universe. You're this intricate, beautiful, geometric structure of light that's participating in this unified field of creation. So your thoughts, your emotions, your awareness influence the people and timelines and opportunities that you're attracting into your experience during this time. And the thing is with you, the message that we have is the star card. So I'm going to go ahead and read this depiction. That's upside down, right? So that's the star card energy. And then you also have rotation and revolution, which is kind of going back and shifting something that's happened within you. And that could lead to a shift in the literal place that you're in as well. In the star card, I'll go ahead and read it. It talks about a celestial body which shines with its own light. The word star has been used to refer to someone who has been lucky. And this feels like positive synchronicities that are going to find you upon the path that you're walking on, because you are one consciousness that's meeting itself over and over again. And from the atomic molecular level, everything is you, and you are everything and nothing simultaneously. And the experience in which you're creating into being is the one that notices themselves in all things, including the people that you come face to face with on your path, extensions of the same one expression of source wearing many masks, the opportunities, I'm hearing lifelines that are coming your way. So it feels like almost assistance or helping hand. So this is luck that's finding you on your path, or how people will see you as someone that's lucky. And we have 10:10 on the clock right now, and that is a sign of growth, essentially. So it's a magical wild card that stands out against everything and everyone else. The star brings light and acts as a guide for all that accompany it. The star shines with a unique pulse and surrounds the vast night with its enveloping light, leadership and brilliance, spirituality and faith. And the portal is 333, which is a potential card. It talks about you stepping into your highest potential, and I'm hearing highest potential timelines as well. Now you also have rotation and revolution, which basically talks about something that's gone retrograde and is now stationing direct. So it talks about an internal shift that happened first, and now reality is reconfiguring and responding to the internal shift that's happened. And that is your desire to remember yourself in this existence. One consciousness begins becoming aware of itself and it begins waking up in this construct, it begins to behave very, very differently. But more importantly, reality begins to respond to it very, very differently. So I'm seeing reality is responding to you, coming back into this remembering now. We have lots of butterflies flying around too. So this is, again, a transformation. Now, let me go ahead and read the next message for you as well. So the next message that came through was inner earth, and this talks about the base chakra, which is your primordial center of life force. So it's your connection to the earth, it's your memory of every incarnation across lifetimes and dimensions that you've had upon this planet. So this talks about the root chakra is at the base of the spine and is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. So there are so many lessons in which you've moved through. There's so many, I'm hearing series of invitations and initiations in which you've moved through that has allowed you to master becoming your own source of strength, your own source of courage, and again, your own kind of partnership and relationship that you're cultivating with yourself in a way that hasn't been modeled to you within not just parallel past existences, but also your ancestral lineage. You are the first of the first, and I'm seeing that as you being a star in the lineage in which you were called forth into to illuminate something that they/you, because was not ready to see yet. Okay, so this card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to the planet and everything that we have learned in many lifetimes here. You're being given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim your right to be on the planet, to claim your truth, that ultimately you are safe. Okay, you are safe in this existence, you are safe in your body. With epigenetics, you have also inherited memory. Okay, the body remembers how it previously felt unsafe, how you were in survival in many lifetimes, and now you're bringing safety back into the body as you walk upon the same lands that you had walked upon throughout many incarnations. And you're having this full circle moment. It feels like an integration period because you're able to provide yourself, again, becoming your own source in a way that you previously felt unsafe to. Now, this also talks about a realm that's visited by shamans journeying to collect their power or the power of others that has been left behind. And that was being too afraid of your own power and what that looks like, okay, to be a powerful creator in this existence. And it also says, know that if you're searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build a stable foundation. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. You're becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth, and know that this is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon planet Earth during this time. So again, you were called forth into a lineage. Yes, you've adopted these belief systems that, when you weave, go really deep into the societal and social engineering within the matrix construct, but for the pure purpose of you being able to actually transcend those perceived limitations. Because if fear wasn't a factor, what would you do and what would you choose? All right. So if you felt like you've lost your way, actually you've been building up momentum to where it is that you are today. You're in a space where you can build powerful foundations, and a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be, and what you need to do in order to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've abandoned, okay, especially when it comes to gifts, and being too afraid to actually utilize those gifts. And I'm also hearing be seen as different. That's actually a positive thing, because you're mirroring a different example to almost collective groups or hive mindsets, and you embody the potential that also exists within them. So there's something about you actually serve as a mirror, as a reminder of what becoming your own source looks like, whether that's your own source of being a best friend, becoming your own companion, becoming your own support system. If you've needed a witness, you've learned how to become your own. You're someone at this stage who doesn't seek for external permission or acceptance for it compromises your integrity. You literally walk with this congruency as far as respecting and honoring the soul's journey while having the human experience. So you may feel the doubt, you may feel the fear, but you do it even in the presence of it. And for that, you've become greater than your mind, your emotions, and you're mastering a relationship with the physical material realm. So you have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've abandoned. If you started any projects or thinking about taking up something that you've had a hold on, now's the perfect time. The seeds that you're planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You're held and you are supported. So that's super, super beautiful, right? And the other message that you had is actually partnerships with the warrior. This is super beautiful. So partnerships and the warrior basically talks about cultivating strength. I'll go ahead and read it. And partnerships basically talks about the partnership in which you're actually cultivating with yourself. So the warrior is, there are times where we must bring forth the warrior, whether it's to discipline ourselves or to accomplish a task or to stand up for what we feel is right. Let go of any excuses and face the warrior within. Okay, and if you have felt like it kind of gives me the energy of your mind, and when the mind is overthinking, it can be difficult to just fully surrender to that intuitive flow. So I'm seeing it as stilling the mind and actually observing the mind, and knowing that life is too short to spend another day at war with yourself when it comes to actually fully betting on yourself. That's almost what it feels like you've been able to bet on yourself or learn how to. So have you forgotten your inner strength or self-love? If so, get back to what really matters by clearing out the clutter, doing away with negativity and keeping things simple. A warrior needs focus and discipline. So there could be a very specific path or trajectory in which you're investing your life force in. And I'm seeing it as, because you're calling all of your awareness back to you from these parallel existences in which you had kind of neglected or wanted to even forget your own power because of the consequences that could have come with at the time. You are now present. I'm just seeing you calling all of your life force, so now you can create from a very conducive place. You've become this container that can actually direct your intention into the physical realm and see that manifest in form, compared to your power being everywhere but then with you. That's almost an energy that I get there as well. And because of that, you're no longer creating from that scattered place. And then with partnership, first and foremost, make sure that you're a good and kind partner to yourself. A hurt mind cannot love. So be mindful of your thoughts and treat yourself with care. Again, it's like you've learned how to become compassionate with yourself, how to become loving with yourself, and how to be gentle with yourself, and love yourself at every stage of your evolution. Even that scared octave within you, or the fearful octave, it's like that is not your whole. That's just a very localized voice that is asking to be held. Really, it's asking for you to hold it and allow it to feel safe. So the last message you have is the Garden of Venus, and I love this card. And as you can see, we have loads of butterflies and even hummingbirds in this message too. So the Garden of Venus actually speaks about being in a place of all is well, and this further embodies the energy that I was talking about as far as you mirroring a different example. And this is how the story goes. When the Garden of Venus appears, you're invited, actually summoned, to return to the pleasure of love. It's time to leave the field of battle. Put your sword away. There is nothing that you need to defend anymore. Step through the gate into the garden of earthly delights. Bask in the joy of the wish-fulfilling trees and scent of the healing flowers, because you have returned home. This is about returning back to yourself, returning back to a place of all is well, all has always been well. You are everything and everything is you. The universe is one single being, and you're literally a creator inside of your own creation. So it gives me kind of so far from base reality, and once you see it through that lens, you see the beauty and the contrast in this realm. You're also able to hold space for the paradox, that something can be scary but also exciting simultaneously. So you are weary, and it's time to rest deeply and be renewed. Go into the sacred garden alone, as there's no need for another to be present to experience its pleasures. Really stop looking for the other and enter by yourself, allowing your senses to intoxicate you. Leave all thought behind. Lose your analytical mind and return to your body. So losing your mind will actually help you return to yourself in the process. That's exactly what it feels like. It's like in losing your mind, you actually become very, very free, because you no longer identify with the mind, but it's something that you simply observe. and hold space for those thoughts, and also allow them to exit as freely as they enter, just like the weather. In the Garden of Venus, I'm hearing becoming a filtration system, so that's what you're able to do, and changing a relationship to those thoughts, changing a relationship to those emotions, and actually embracing the sensation and information that they deliver to you as they pass by. Okay, I'm hearing, and once you gather up that information, then you can send them on their way and thank them. So in the Garden of Venus, there is a still pond that shows you your reflection when you stoop down to drink. Who is that staring back at you? Look at what you've become. Rinse your face with these healing waters and practice deep acceptance. Love who you have turned into with all of your imperfections and blemishes. The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all of your flawed beauty. Do not become caught in its spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield. Then you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have a use for your sword. So your sword, especially in the tarot, it represents clarity that you have within the mind, clarity of this construct, clarity in your interconnectedness to all things, and being able to immerse yourself in the totality of this experience, moving through the system completely conscious with the way in which you choose to engage your life force, the way in which you choose to exchange your life force, and also invest that. The last message you have is actually the Knight of Pentacles, and in this deck he also is shown as the entertainer, and he's here doing a juggling act, juggling 3 strawberries, as you can see. So it talks about being skillful, amusing, and pleasing. A strange-faced man dressed in a colourful magician's garb juggles 3 enormous strawberries in the air. The entertainer is always looking for the next crowd to please, no matter if it ends up making himself the fool. He jumps from party to party, ready to impress the next group of onlookers. He knows many tricks, but when it comes to an emotional connection, he can easily fumble. And this is the beautiful thing. This is where you're no longer people pleasing, and you've fostered such a deep connection that you've cultivated within yourself, that I'm just seeing your source of amusement, entertainment, and joy literally comes from your own internal world, and the connection that you have also to the things that you're doing, and the connection which you have for yourself. I'm hearing the love in which you've cultivated and grown for yourself. The entertainer is a conundrum of a character. He has acquired an audience from his notable skills and successes, but has grown too dependent on these tricks to imbue meaning into his life. He measures value based on what there is to gain, rather than in the inherent beauty. So something that used to be your definition of success has actually shifted. You're now focusing on what your definition of success is on a soul level. I'm also hearing on a cellular level, and how that translates into the physical realm. So I'm hearing not only are you beginning to actually look like your soul, and I'm seeing it as looking like your higher self in physical form, but you're beginning to embody that, and that's leading to you becoming just a huge inspiration. So in a reading, the entertainer can be good when inquiring on fame and success, but sometimes it talks about in emotional, spiritual arenas, the entertainer will falter. When it comes to matters of the heart, they can freeze up. So this tells me that you're someone that can cultivate a lot in the material plane, but it's whether that actually aligns with not just emotional fulfillment, but fulfillment on a soul level. I'm seeing so many beautiful yellow butterflies, which is a symbol of transformation and change. The relationship that you have to yourself, and also the things in which you're creating on this earth, have dramatically shifted because of this internal communication that's happening with your higher self, that's seated at a high level of understanding. It's an octave within you that you can attune to, that can see the full landscape of time and space. And it's like you're relating to your journey here from a lens of wholeness. It's almost as if the human condition has lifted and you remember yourself as light. It's like you're a star walking upon the earth. You are a star seeded onto this planet, and this is a conscious womb that's designed for you to exhale and grow and breathe life into the things in which you choose to create here, in the things in which you can experience yourself creating. And I'm just seeing you really stepping into your element in this season of your life, and you're becoming an inspiration. So there's a reason why people may be so drawn towards you with a star card. It's someone that can feel like yes, they are half in this world, but it's the moment where the stars merge with the earth. I'm hearing the earth merges with the sky, and you're navigating this realm and this world, but with this otherworldly flowing type of essence. I'm just seeing the essence in which you weave as you roam this earth according to your divine essence. Yes, you may look different. Yes, the way in which you're creating may also look different, but it's also incredibly aligned. It's incredibly healing because you have become your own source, your own wellspring, your own divine lighthouse that's able to illuminate your own path ahead and what that looks like. Your destiny is not just being handed to you, but it's something that you're actively co-creating in your everyday experience. I'm hearing even in the most mundane ways. So I'm gonna love and leave you right there. I hope that you enjoyed this message and this place, this energy. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing because we'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. Also check out Otter Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AAA grade jewelry. $1 of the proceeds are donated towards otter sanctuaries. And until next time, bye!